Hey everyone, it's Alex here, and I'm joined by Riley from Living That Life, who has been on the channel before back in the day, a few years ago now, when we
Yeah.
met up in Vietnam. And yeah, it's good to chat to you again. How are you doing?
No complaints, dude. Life is amazing. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, look at this reflection in my mirror here. I'm in tropical paradise. I'm in Phuket, living in Thailand, living the dream. Came out to this part of the world in 2014 to live the digital nomad dream. And wow, 7 years. Time flies, but it's been nothing short of freaking amazing.
We can talk
Yeah.
about a bit about Thailand. I think you spent most of your time in Thailand, right? And you spent some time in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I've been abroad about the same amount of time as you now. I started out in South Korea, and then most of my time in Vietnam, but also a fair bit of time in Thailand. So let's crack into just talking a little bit about what it's like right now, because I think some people are curious about life abroad, post pandemic, like what is it going to be like traveling abroad to Thailand? Yeah, maybe you want to just talk about your experience of coming back to Thailand.
Yeah. So got back here during the sandbox, which is like called Phuket Sandbox, which is like you can enter if you're vaccinated, but just stay on the island of Phuket for the first for 14 days, and then you're unlocked to go anywhere in the country. As of like November, whole country is open if you have a vaccination card with no quarantine. As of December 1st, I think they implemented a 1 night quarantine just until your negative tests is verified that you're negative on arrival. All I know, I was just at a sixth weekend music festival this weekend up at a beach club, like an hour and a half north. DJs all day, all night. And the weekend before that, epic boat party during the day. Nightlife as of few weeks ago, Patong Bangla Road, which is like the Khao San Road or the Buivian Road. So Party Street, Pub Street, Club Street is open. So life is like it's pretty much completely normal.
I think when you watch the news or you read the news about Southeast Asia, you see like all the restrictions and all of this stuff, and then you can't really get a sense of what it's like on the ground. And yeah, I mean, here in Vietnam, it was pretty bad with some lockdowns. It went back and forward, but right now it's pretty much fully open here in Da Nang. Ho Chi Minh City is kind of lagging behind a little bit, like they're not as open yet, but most of the important stuff is open. Like you can eat at restaurants, and they're allowing having drinks and stuff at restaurants. The bars and clubs are not open yet. You're in Phuket right now. Have you been in Bangkok as well? How is it in the different locations?
Yeah, so Bangkok versus here. So this is actually my first stint in Phuket. Done like 3+ years in Bangkok, about 2 years combined in Chiang Mai. I didn't know about this area in Phuket until only several months ago, which is called Rawai Beach. It's the very southern tip of Phuket, and it's about 30 minutes, south from the main area, Patong, the main touristy area. Rawai is setting up like the Canggu of Phuket, the digital nomad hotspot. It's where all the nomads are. It's where all the surfers are, the health conscious people, the yogis, the remote workers, the influencers, the Muay Thai people. And so there's so many Muay Thai gyms, and there's work cafes, healthy organic cafes popping up, co-working spaces popping up. The beaches are sick. You can surf there. Boutique gyms, like this one fitness resort that I was staying at. It's called Stay Wellbeing Fitness Resort. So sick. And there's development going on, and like acai bowl places and like healthy salad bowl places. So it's turning into, the digital nomad hotspot. And there's so many nomads I've already met out here. And so the community is great. And so actually I'm just going to be posting my Rawai review video. Actually, I think potentially later today. Yeah, check that out, guys, for the full review on Rawai. Super excited about this place. I think it's going to be the nomad hotspot for Thailand in the coming years.
That's really interesting, because I've spent a lot of time on Koh Samui and Koh Phangan Islands, but I haven't been to Phuket, and that sounds like an interesting hub that's been built up there. Obviously, living the beach life is great. How about Bangkok? What are your favorite things about Bangkok?
I call it tropical Buddhist New York City. So if you like New York, if you like the big city energy, the sky train, then then it's for you. It's the biggest city I've ever lived in. It's got anything you need. Of course, the nightlife, the food, the gyms, tons of nomads, freaking malls anywhere, work cafes, tons of coffee shops, tons of Starbuckses. They're like freaking everywhere. And so if you like big cities, it's one of the dopest ones in the world.
I really like Bangkok too. It's quite similar to Saigon in quite a few ways. Amazing food. I love the food in Thailand. It's actually a tough one between Thai food and Vietnamese food for me, like for my favorites. And yeah, everything you need. I think it's like a 20 million population city. It's massive, very easy as like a foreigner living there. You know, you don't have to speak Thai, and there's quite a lot of teaching jobs there, which is good too for anyone that wants to teach English. You know, I think in most places teaching English jobs, it's more difficult to get in coastal cities, but it depends. There's also opportunities in coastal cities. Do you just like to spend time between both the kind of coastal cities and Bangkok?
Yeah, I think that's it. Actually, just in a few days, we're gonna go to Bangkok to look at potential condos or villas to get a lease. I mean, who doesn't want the best of both worlds? The whole philosophy of being a digital nomad is be where you want, whenever you want. If you have the freedom and you have the means, it's a 1 hour sky bus, I call it, to go back and forth. A lot of Bangkok people come to Phuket every weekend just for a little getaway. Flight's like 1,000 baht, which is like $30 US for a 1 hour flight. And so cheap. And so bouncing back and forth as you please, you can totally do that.
Yeah, Southeast Asia makes it really easy to just travel around within the country and even in between countries. Obviously, post-pandemic, it's going to be a little bit more tricky and stuff to bounce between countries, but domestic travel, even now in Vietnam, is a go. So I've been living in Da Nang now for a while, and I don't know if you spend much time here, but it's a really nice coastal city. And I've been, surfing, playing beach volleyball all the time. And I'm really enjoying this beach lifestyle, but I'm going to move back to Saigon when the Vietnam borders reopen to start our in-person teacher training course again. But I definitely think I'm going to do that. I'm going to like bounce through for a few weeks or even a weekend just to Da Nang, especially now because I've got the surfing bug. I think I'm going to keep coming back just for the surfing.
There's also Chiang Mai, second biggest city in Thailand. Done a year or two there. That's actually where I started, and a lot of nomads start there. It can be a bit cheaper than Bangkok. If in all Southeast Asia, you can get by on $1,000 a month. You just you can make it work. Depends on where you stay and what you do. Chiang Mai is also medium-sized city vibe. It's not a metropolis vibe.
Yeah, I like Chiang Mai a lot. So I think I spent about a month there, and I remember going to the Songkran Water Festival, like the 3-day water festival there. The whole city turns into a big water gun fight. It's awesome.
Yeah, I might have run into you there.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
that was awesome. Yeah,
Songkran's the best.
Yeah. So, and then just quickly about Vietnam and Thailand, because you've spent time in both. I'm obviously a big fan of Vietnam. I've spent most of my time here, but you've also spent a fair bit of time here in Vietnam. Like, what do you think are some of the differences? What do you like about both places?
Yeah, I lived in Saigon for 6 months and Hanoi for a month. People ask me this all the time, like, what's your favorite? That's like asking, like, what's your favorite, like, your mom or your dad? It's like, I love them both equally, like so much for who they are. For their own unique personalities and things and our own relationship and our own uniquenesses. But I love them equally. I'm not going to say, oh, my mom's my favorite. Same, but different is the thing that I say. People like, they're both like freaking amazing. I can't really compare.
I feel you. What would you say is your favorite Vietnamese food?
Oh man, I have so many Vietnamese street food videos. Com tam, pho, amazing. Bankon,
Mhm.
I know I'm saying everything. I just said it in a Thai accent. I
Yeah.
can't get back to my Vietnamese accent. Ban chao, the
Bansia, yeah.
big yellow pancake like thing, dude. So many things. I need to refresh on my Vietnamese street food, but
Yeah.
that's what I love about Saigon and Bangkok is the street food culture
Mm.
is boom, world class,
So good.
world famous.
And
If you're
so
into that
cheap
street
as
food
well.
and
I
that
mean, you
that
can eat
stuff.
like really well out at restaurants every day for like $1 to $3. You know, you get
Oh
an
yeah.
awesome meal. Okay, tell me a little bit about what you've been doing because I know you're big into the digital nomad space. I know you've got the sticky wallet, right? And doing
Mhm.
Amazon, selling products. Is that what you're up to at the moment?
Yeah, so Sticky Wallet's still going strong. We just launched a new version, MagSafe version for the new iPhones. So we're excited about that. Just recently in stock on Amazon. But actually, the main thing for the past 3 years has been my Amazon agency. And so we're finally growing to the next level this year. And so that's really exciting. So that's my main thing. That's where 80% of my time is spent, and maybe 10% managing my own physical products, like 10% for my personal brand. So living that life, my YouTube and Instagram.
For those that are interested in teaching and then moving into something like entrepreneurship, we chatted a bit about this on your channel, but it's a good first step if your long-term goal might be to start your own thing, is to start teaching and then work on something on the side. And a good example is Eddie, who came through us originally to teach in Vietnam, and then he started copywriting. He actually worked for Ninja
Oh yeah.
Teacher for a while, and then I know you were in contact with him about
Oh yeah.
copywriting for products, for Amazon products. So
Yeah.
it's a small world. Have a side hustle, you can get a job and work on the side, but you can move out to Asia and start doing something, making some money somehow. How did you get started?
Well, I caught the travel bug from a 2 week regular vacation in 2013 because my best friend Parker was doing a semester abroad. And so I graduated college 1 year before him. So me and my other best friend, Danny, we all three live here together, went out to visit Parker for 2 weeks, got the travel bug. And then Parker was like, yeah, 2 months was way too short. Like even that study abroad program was way too short. Like you want to like work abroad, find a job abroad, either through this hospitality program, how to be a manager at a resort or something, or teach English or whatever. Are you down to live abroad, work abroad? Totally. Young, 22, straight out of college. Everyone should totally do this. Get a work abroad, get a live abroad experience. You got to live abroad, like travel. And I started watching YouTube, working in Thailand, teaching English in Thailand, living in Thailand, and boom, found Johnny FD's channel, Digital Nomad, Chiang Mai, co-working space, Shopify, drop shipping, e-commerce. We're like, okay, what the fuck is this digital nomad thing? Let's do that. That sounds great. And so got into it, started doing it. And then actually he announced that he was putting on a conference in Chiang Mai in 2014. So we're like, heck yeah, let's go to that. So went to that. Thing started working out and was able to stay and sustain ourselves with our online income, and rest is history. That was 7 years ago.
Yeah, that's so cool, man. And I think that's one thing that our channel shares. Like we have different vehicles to getting there, but we're both kind of passionate about living that lifestyle of Southeast Asia and kind of living on your own terms and getting out of the normal 9 to 5 grind. Cool. So what would you say for anyone who's like considering living abroad, whether it's like teaching English or starting to do something in entrepreneurship? Like what would you say to them if they're considering it right now, especially because the world's been a bit crazy lately? So what would your advice be?
It's open. Thailand's open. So what are you waiting for? They want you to be here. The locals, the government, the whole country wants you to be here. They want to be open. They want as many people, as many tourists to come here and stay here for as long as possible. Come, whether it's Vietnam, whether it's Thailand, both amazing. Even if it's just 2 weeks, highly recommend 3 weeks or longer. But even if it's just for a trip, just to get a taste of it, just to work remotely for a bit, or workcation. But now so many more people, corporate people, can work remotely, make that work, make it happen. Never been an easier time now that everyone's had like a test run with their job of working from home. So just take that next step to be able to work remotely from anywhere. Obviously, everyone's job is a little bit different, but never been a better time.
Cool, man. Yeah, I agree. And I think with teaching English specifically, there's a lot of schools in Southeast Asia which really need teachers right now. So there's some good opportunities in schools. There's also teaching English online, which is an option. Yeah, if you guys want any help with getting started teaching abroad, just check out ninjateacher.com and definitely check out Riley's channel. He has a lot of good stuff on how to get into entrepreneurship and the living abroad lifestyle. So yeah, thanks for joining.
Yeah. Welcome, man. Always a pleasure. Yeah, we'll keep in touch on Instagram, and yeah, we'll do this again sometime.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got a video over on your channel talking a little bit about getting started teaching English in Thailand and how that works. So if anyone's interested, go check that out. All right,
Yes,
cool,
sir.
man. We'll speak soon then.
All right. See ya.
Peace.